everyone. How y'all doing today? I'm gonna be the host today, so I figured that we would talk about some fun stuff that I like to talk about. Ooh, Carrie got excited there. So I know that there was an issue with the link in the email, so hopefully everybody finds the message from the group. But I figured that I wanted to discuss some interesting changes for YouTube that I got an email about yesterday for two of my channels, which was very excited. I've been waiting for this for a long time, and how we can utilize it to hopefully capitalize on getting more affiliate deals. So we'll talk about that. There's actually if you guys I don't know if y'all use Fluencer Fruit or not, but I did want to point out that they're going to be changing their pricing here soon. And so if you want to take advantage of the pricing that they have now, um, definitely go and check out their stuff. I have it linked in my here, look, where's my thing? I have it linked in my little website about all of the tools that I use and whatnot. So I just wanted to let y'all be aware of that they are, if y'all were on the fence about getting Fluencer Fruit, as I mentioned previously, I use it for, it's like the backbone of all of my automation stuff. And so, if you want to lock in at the price that they have it now, that'd be a good idea. Hey, Latoya, how you doing? Excited to talk tech. That's right.
Good.
What's the cost? I pay yearly for Fluencer Fruit, and I want to say it's 500 for the entire year, so it's like less
Okay.
than $100 a month whenever you break it down that way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it might be like if you want to just do a monthly thing, you can do $100 a month. And I'm trying to remember what if she talked about the new pricing yet, and I can't remember. But like I said, the main part about their tool is that I can download the reports for it, and then I upload that into my spreadsheet, which I use Airtable for all my spreadsheets, and that's where I get all the data so that I can run through it can run through my automations for me automatically. Hey Altavis, how's it going? By the way, I want this to be a very open forum, so if y'all have any questions, I have my chat open right here. Hopefully, I see your questions in there. I'd be happy to answer them. If you want to come on mic, always happy to have a one-on-one with y'all if y'all have any questions, and we can kind of go through that. But let's start with what's going on that I know I got the emails about on YouTube the other day. And I know that this has been a super slow rollout. So I took a YouTube class back in like 2020-ish, I want to say. And there were a few other creators in there who had bigger channels, have bigger connections within YouTube, and they got access to something called MLA, which stands for multi-language audio. And they have the ability to be able to download an MP3 of their speech in other languages, and they would upload it to their video, and then their video would have a dub for that country's language, in whatever language they uploaded it for. So it's a way for you to be able to reach a more international audience. Now, the email that I got was not for that, which I found very interesting. I see Carrie's facial expressions are beautiful. What I got, my email was for an auto dub feature. So they're going to automatically take my videos. I'm assuming it's based on the English captions, and they're going to auto dub it into, I think it was like 5 to 10 different languages. They did on the back end of YouTube. If you guys are not uploading to YouTube, I definitely recommend this is going to be a big thing. On the back end of it, in your advanced settings, you can turn on or off whether you want to manually review those auto dubs. So I did want to point that out. But the reason why I'm super excited about this is because in my automations, before it goes to YouTube, a Genius link is created for that ASIN. If you guys have all of your international stuff set up on Genius links and on Amazon, then whenever somebody on YouTube watching in a different language, which would suggest that they are in a different country, clicks on that Genius link, they will be directed to their normal Amazon storefront that they shop from. And you can see which storefront they'll be directed to in your Genius Links dashboard. So if you go to Genius Links, you look at the back end and you see all the countries that that link is connected to. On the side, it shows you all the different flags for that country. So it lets you know which one is paired with which ones. And so this is a great way to be able to tap into those international audiences via YouTube. And then my hope, this is kind of my, I don't know if it's possible yet because I haven't gotten the official rollout on a first video yet. But I'm wondering if I will be able to download those MP3s or potentially a movie file with the automatic dubs built into it, because then I can take those and I can put those on Amazon in for the other foreign storefronts. And we would be able to see we would be able to have content on the storefronts that don't allow English content. You got that email too yesterday, Sandy. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad to see that they're rolling this out. And so I've had friends, those friends that I talked about from the class in 2020, who've had access to this whole MLA thing. And on YouTube, they saw a huge boost in their numbers coming from all of these foreign languages, which was really, really interesting because only from what I understand from a data perspective is only 20% of viewers on YouTube are actually watching in English. Question, does Amazon allow auto-dubbed voiceovers? I'm assuming that's supposed to be on shoppable videos though. So that is a good question. There was, who was it? Somebody. It was Zoe, I believe, from the UK. I think she's sometimes in here. Um, she went to a UK class event, Amazon event or whatever. And that's one specific question that she asked. And from the employees that worked at Amazon, I don't know how down the line they were, they said that that was okay. And I do understand that in Amazon's terms of service, they don't want AI generated content, but I believe that that is from a video perspective, like the actual visuals of the video, and not necessarily the speech. Again, not 100% sure of that. I'm going by what someone has told me who has spoken with someone at Amazon. So for my how do I say that? For my experiments with this, a long time ago, there's a website called Ditto Dub that does like same thing Hey Jen does. It's uh using automatically creating those auto dubs for you. And I just wanted to test it out. So I took one video, I think I did two videos maybe, and I created a dub of it in a couple of different languages. I uploaded it to a few of those different languages. It got accepted. It hasn't been rejected yet, based on whenever they decide to play around with their algorithms. So there is still that, that's my like own a personal account with doing something like that. So in the future, my hope is that I can build out automations to where whenever a video goes up on YouTube, then it'll automatically take that and post it out to all these other social platforms, blog posts, hopefully Amazon, if they ever open up their API, to be able to allow for some of that. Have you tried it yet on your shoppable videos yet? If it works and is not against Amazon's policy, that is absolutely brilliant. So I think I covered it there that yes, I have tested it out very minimally though. I never went full force with it yet. My main thing is that I want to be able to automate it because I don't think that uploading all of that to all the foreign storefronts is profitable enough from a time perspective for me to be able to take away from the US, because the US is where I find most of the sales that I get from. Automations is Lane's middle name. That's funny. I love it. I should change it to my Zoom tag to be Lane Automations. I believe that there's so much that you can do with automations that's so much cheaper than hiring someone else or you doing it yourself, because it takes up so much time from you going out and creating more content. Like, if I didn't have my automations, I probably wouldn't be posting everywhere because I would be doing so much on Amazon. I'd rather spend the time creating those videos on Amazon. That's why I have such this large back catalog of content that I just need to go out. Let's see, I'm going back through the chat. Hey Andrew, how's it going? Creator Studio event. Yeah, I believe that's what it was called. Something like that. It was over in the UK. So yeah, that's kind of the main issue, not main issue, the main feature with YouTube that I wanted to point out, because if you're using Genius Links, I believe that that's going to be a huge benefit, because I already see sales come in from foreign countries every single day. And I know a lot of it has to be from YouTube, because they're all offsite stuff. And YouTube, I think, is the only biggest player right now where I have people who could potentially be watching in other languages. So I mean, I guess my blog doesn't give it enough traction to be able to justify seeing sales from foreign stores. So that's why I think most of my foreign traffic is coming from YouTube. By the way, there's the link to all of my. If y'all don't want to do the QR code, the link in the chat will take you to the place where I'd use. So like Fluencer Fruit's in there. Genius Links is in there. The automation services I use is a new one that I'm playing around with called N8N that I'm very excited about. Zapier I've used before. There's a whole bunch of different tools that I use to be able to make all my automations happen. And so I kind of made this research. It's just a list of links for you guys to go and check out. Airtable is one thing that I use. Oh, one thing that I wanted to touch on with you guys, especially if you're creating videos for YouTube, and I think we touched on it last time in the Logie call last Friday, but it's the Google, it's called Google's Vision, Google Cloud Vision, something like that. I have a link in the website for you on my website. I put it in there whenever we were talking about it last week, because I think it'd be a good resource for you guys. Totally free resource. It does have an API, but you have to pay for it. For disclosure, I don't use their API. Just whenever I want to kind of test something out, I use it. But what it does, it's very, very cool. They've had this since at least 2016 or 17, I want to say, is whenever I first was introduced it. But what's interesting is you can drop a picture in there. So like I use this for thumbnails on YouTube in particular. But you can drop a thumbnail into there. So I'm doing it right now because I want to see it in real time for you guys. And it tells you all of the data that Google is extracting just from this one image. I would highly recommend that you guys go and just play around with this and test it out, because one case in point where they at the time I think I was doing family vlogs, or I was just getting into getting out of family vlogs, but there was a family vlogger speaking at an event, and they put their thumbnail through this thing right here. And if you go to the safe search section, which is at the top of the thumbnail, there's 5 different categories, and one of them is called safe search. And the daughter in the thumbnail of the family vlogger that I was watching had on like a skin colored top, like a tank top type of thing in the thumbnail. And Safe Search came out with, this is not safe. This is, there's, it's seeing skin here. It couldn't detect that it was a shirt. And so it thought that the human in there was naked. And so it said, whoa, this is racy, I think is the term that it used. How racy is it? Let me see. Yeah, so the if you click on safe search, the categories are adult, spoof, medical, violence, and racy. And so I wouldn't be surprised at all if Amazon was using something very similar to this type of thing, especially since we know that they listen to our speech for medical stuff. I know the word compostable, for whatever reason, is not allowed. Um, you know, I would think that they might be analyzing the thumbnails for these types of things as well. So I wanted to point that out. It has some other interesting aspects to it, especially if you're doing um, like how eye-catching is your thumbnail. You can click on the properties tab there, and it shows you a color scheme of which colors are the most predominant in the thumbnail. So you might want to consider, what colors drive people to buy something, or what colors are people more engaged towards, and try and fill that with some of your thumbnails. It can read text in the thumbnails. That is a super cool thing, because we already know that Amazon is and YouTube are both looking at the speech that we talk about in our videos. So why would they not easily pull the thumbnail, put a simple OCR on there, and kind of verify that this thumbnail is what this person is talking about in the video? And this is why especially on YouTube, a lot of like probably for the last 4 years, like tags, if you've noticed, have been dropped down to the bottom. Whenever you go to upload a video to YouTube, like tags are way down at the bottom. I think you even have to click show more now to even put anything into there. Like it is really not useful to fill out those tags unless you're doing like misspellings of words, common misspellings of words, for like a product or something. Or if you wanted to put like model numbers, EIN numbers, ASINs, those types of things that just kind of help connect with what YouTube might be searching for. And the reason why I say all this is because like I literally uploaded the thumbnail that I uploaded here was a some dryer sheets, some all dryer sheets. And so what did it pull out just from uploading this thumbnail? From an OCR perspective, just the text that's on the thumbnail, detergent brand recommended by dermatologists. So it's pulling just that one block. And then it says for sensitive skin, it got all, because that was the brand name, 120 dryer sheets. It gives the dimensions of them 6.4 by 9. And then it gives it in centimeters. It says free and clear. Reduce static cling. right? Like these are all keywords that this thing is pulling out that you might have not never have even have thought of. And that's another great use for this particular thing is pop your thumbnail into here, and what words is it pulling out just from the box of the product? That could be something that you could use in your titles, in your descriptions, maybe in a hashtag if you're doing like an image post on something. You could easily use this in blog posts, pulling out just some of this metadata right here. And it was interesting whenever I was actually, because I went back and updated this video because this one, the ASIN dropped off for me. So I needed to retag it with a new one. And I noticed that whenever I was coming up with words to try and think about for search results and whatnot, cling was one of the words on there. And I was like, where the heck did I get the word cling from? And then I look at the box here and I put it through this OCR and it says reduce static cling on the box right there. And I was like, oh, it's making sense now of why that's actually working. And then I bet in the video, I said cling as well. So I'm reinforcing through what I say in the video, which we know Amazon has all the text from the video because you can get the VTT file, which is the captions. You can turn on captions and you can see what it thinks you're saying. We see it in the OCR here on the product. So it's pulling out all that data, right? And then I put it in the title. Like I think if you can connect those three things together, just even the word cling, I might come up for some dryer sheets with static cling dryer sheets, right? Even though I may not specifically target that keyword, it's pulling from all these different sources. Oh, these words are connected together. If you want to really dive deep down the rabbit hole, especially with YouTube, if you look at some of the so it has an SRT file, which is the same thing as a VTT file, which is the same thing as a captions file. But YouTube breaks it down into like, this is a noun, this is a preposition, this is an adjective, there's a period here, there's a question mark here, this is a prepositional phrase, this is the subject, this is the predicate. And it's putting that all together to really detect what is actually being said in the video and to give a better sense of what the narrative is going on there. And so that's just another whole aspect of how it's collecting the metadata. And so I want to go back to tags. And I mentioned tags are just not important anymore. I believe on YouTube, definitely. But I believe on other sites as well, because everybody can read all these caption files. Everybody can run OCR on images that you are uploading. Everyone can see what you're typing in for more important things like titles and descriptions, because you're trying to give a good description, hopefully, to that. And YouTube had this idea back in the day whenever people would upload a video of a dog and then it would be a cat. And so that doesn't make for a good audience experience because there's a disconnect there. So they have now put forth all of these other implementations so that it can detect, oh, this was not, this title was not correct for the video that's shown here, right? This cat is not a cat, it's a dog. This dog is not a cat. Whatever, it's trying to equal the things out. And so one thing that you might consider running your thumbnail through something like this Google Cloud, grabbing all those keywords that it's picking up just from the OCR, popping that into OpenAI, into ChatGPT, and saying, hey, this is the thumbnail that I'm putting on my video. These are the keywords that Google Cloud Vision is picking up from this thumbnail. What are some possible titles that I should give this video based on that? Not a bad strategy, because you're using the thing that you're actually uploading to be able to create a title that's going to confirm that upload. Is this all making sense? Sorry, I can't see my chat because I was looking at the video thing. So let me go back. Let me know if y'all have any questions. I'm back and forth on trying to get advanced support now with BB gun stuff that is 10% compliant. False flags are everywhere. False flags are everywhere with Amazon video stuff. And Amazon, like, whenever it comes to gun type stuff, even just simple BB guns, like my son has a BB gun, and I've tried to do a video on it, and I just cannot get that video to go live. So I gave up on it. There's just, you have to pick and choose your battles. And I know your stuff, and so you're a gun tuber type of thing, and so that's kind of your thing. You just, it's one of those battles that you have to deal with whenever it comes to that. Are you sharing your screen, Lane? No, I'm not. I don't even know if I can. If I can, I'll show y'all. Can I do it? Boom. Is it working? Yeah, okay, cool. So this is, let me move this over. So this is what I was looking at here. Don't mind all the tabs up here. I have a bajillion of them open. But so this is the video. This is the not video, the thumbnail that I uploaded right here. And so this was all the data that it pulled through right here just by uploading this video. This right here was the color properties of the video. If you care, if you think you want your video to stand out more, compared to all the other ones. This is getting really interesting. I just thought of this. It'd be an interest. I've never done this before too, but to be able to pull all of your competition's thumbnails, run that through something like this to where you see what the predominant color is for them and do the opposite of what they're doing. So if you've ever looked at strategizing on how to create an effective thumbnail, you want to create contrast in the thumbnail. So this one right here, honestly, not a very good thumbnail because it's very kind of muted, a lot of browns and tans and whatnot. But that being said, it leans more towards the yellow side. And so I would be curious to, how do I say this? Because I'm thinking about this one from a competitor's perspective. So like if I were to see this thumbnail all over on Amazon or YouTube or whatever, and I would know that those are a lot of yellow colors and I wanted to stand out to be different from the yellow, the opposite of yellow I know is green. And so you'd want to highlight more green type of colors. Bless you. Bless you. And to be able to tell to let you guys know, to be able to tell what the opposite color of another color is just Google. I don't know if y'all can y'all see a new tab if I open a new tab here? Yeah, okay. So just open up a color wheel. Let me make this big so y'all can see it. So look, well, I guess the opposite of yellow is not green. The opposite of yellow is blue. The opposite of green is like a pink color. So all you have to do is pull up a color wheel and look at the opposite side of what you're wanting, and that creates good contrast. So it would be interesting to take all of your competitors' thumbnails, just screenshot, 4 of them or whatever, throw that into this right here, see what the most predominant colors are, and then create a thumbnail that's the opposite of those colors. Does that make sense? It's not a bad strategy. I've never done it before. I'm curious now, so I'm gonna do this in real time. Let me see if there's, look, we got videos here.
Your washing machine is great.
Shut up. Scroll to right here. All you have to do. Take a screenshot. Just like that. We're going to go here. Oh, well, yeah, we'll go ahead and redo this. Can I do that? Yeah. Oh, nope. I got to click new file. Hang on. And da, 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 da. Oh, where's my? Oh, it went away because I tried to drag it. Hang on. So we're gonna go here. Let me screenshot this again. Go here. New file. Desktop. There it is. This would be another great idea too to get keywords. Look, text. Look at all this text right here that other people are giving to you for free in their thumbnails. You just have to know about the tool to be able to get all this data, right? Another cool thing about this is, well, let's look at our colors first, then we'll do that. So colors, look, boring colors. Look at all these boring colors, right? I mean, you can kind of tell in there. There's a little bit of green right here, and that's mainly probably from this lady's text and maybe from the bottom of the package here. But if you were to put out something that really stood out, that could work. That could work really well. Both YouTube and Amazon. Going back to text, you can see all the text. Safe search. Something's racy here. That's interesting. Could just be all the tans. Maybe the finger point. Oh no, this lady right here. See how she's wearing this crop top type of thing? I bet that's what it is, honestly. Property. Did we do that one? Yeah, we did that one. Let's see. Let's go to labels. This is an interesting one too. Y'all ready for this? Let's see if it does it. Can I click on it? No. Ah, it's not doing it. Unless it's somewhere else. Hang on, let's click on the next one. Oh, it's detecting there's 53% of labels in these thumbnails right here. So like label would be a key word for you. Because label here, label here, label here, label here, right? And if it detects other objects, it can pull that out too. I'll test another one with you guys in just a minute. But there's another cool one. Objects. What type of objects are we seeing in this? People, which is interesting. It's interesting that it doesn't point out the finger here. I'm very curious about that. But it's noticing people, a lot of people. And how this is how correct it thinks it is. These labels right here. And faces. Cool thing about faces. Is it joy? Is it sorrow? Anger? Like it's looking at the expression that the people are giving. That should be pretty amazing for you guys. Like I would think Amazon might want to promote a video with someone more excited about a product than someone more anger or blurred, right? Sorrow. It could be good on YouTube for like an emotional connection with the audience member who might be searching for something and these thumbnails are showing up, right? And how it connects with your title, you know, are your clothes coming out not clean? You might have a sorrowful face there, and that matches with the title that you've given it, right? So just I definitely recommend that you guys just play around with this so you can kind of learn how machines are understanding what you're uploading. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Hopefully that makes sense. Because we're not machines, we're humans. I want to go back. Oh, and by the way, it does it for every single face that's here too. Like this was face number 1. This is face number 2. So you can even compare this, like face number 1, lots of joy. Face number 2, not as much joy. You know, let's look at those and see the difference in the faces. Well, this one doesn't she has text over her face, so it may be a little bit harder for her to detect, for the machine to detect, right? But I can still see a slight smile there. I'd say this lady definitely has a bigger smile, a little bit of cheekbone showing there as well, right? So whenever you're thinking about your thumbnails, if you're putting your face in your thumbnails, you might want to smile. So then let's I don't have an example of this because you have to pay for it, I believe, but I do want to point it out to you guys. Mr. Beast has done a thing about this before, and it's the same thing as this, except it's for your entire video. Latoya's face, love it. So I forget the name of what it's called. It's like Video Console or Video Explorer or something like that. But it basically takes your video, it tells when there is an edit in your video. So it breaks it down by the edit. And you might just be holding up something, you know, and it'll say, "Oh, let me hold it close, right? Like 50% of the screen right here is a hand, 10% of it is a pen, 25% of it is a QR code," you know? And then something changes. And then now at this timestamp in the video, we have a smiling, joyful face. And he's talking about a smiling, joyful face. So one of the case studies, examples that I saw of this was Mr. Beast. He was doing one of those ones where he goes to a grocery store and he gives away all the stuff to he buys everyone's groceries or whatever. And one of the shots was him, the camera pan walking down the aisle, right? And so you're looking at like a whole ton of stuff. What was it picking up? Like every single product, Dole for banana, because it's all bananas, and it noticed the Dole logo on the banana. Like the packaging of the box, packaged good, like the objects that it was picking up was packaged goods. Um, I'm trying to remember some of it. It was so long ago, but every little like small thing that it could recognize, it was just pulling all this data. So again, I go back to, do you need to import any type of tags into your videos? I mean, the answer is no, not for the machine. Do it for the human, right? Like humans need to know in the title what they're going to be getting. And in Mr. Beast's example, he was buying everybody's groceries at a grocery store. So if you have a shot of items in a grocery store, like all the dots start to connect for all the AIs to be able to serve the correct video to the correct person looking for that particular kind of video. It's pretty incredible what can be pulled out of videos these days. Um, let me see. Let me see if I can find that. Here, look, we'll do a new one here. Look at that. Flower, cut flowers, floristry, flower arranging, creative arts. This is like a Lego set type of thing. So even though it's Legos, it's still pulling up all the flower details, like the high percentages too. Look, 97, 84, 79. You may want to consider saying some of these in the video, right? Like take a picture of your product, put it through here, see what words are coming up, and then look at that. And then you can get a better idea of how to script your video. You could even say, oh, this is a good idea. You could even put it through here, grab all these keywords. Let me see if I can I just highlight? Yeah, okay. So if you highlight, notice you grab not only the keyword, but you also grab the percentage. Throw that into ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT, write me an outline for a script for this video using these keywords. Here's the percentage of how authoritative I want these keywords to be. Right? Text, the world of azure flowers, right? Picking up that, picking up flower series, free tribe. So it picked up the brand name, it picked up the name of the product. It picked up the flower series. I don't even know. Oh, okay, that's at the top. And then the words of azure flowers is the name of this particular one. And then it picked up a B somewhere. I'm assuming it's my light switch. So it may not be 100% correct. What else we got in here? Properties? Look at those color, lots of color. You think that's going to be eye grabbing? I think so. A lot of good color in there. Safe. I mean, you could even just these property, the one with all the colors, you can just pop it into there just to see if the what your thumbnail is colorful enough. You may want to add a little uh add a color to your background. Add like just a simple light to light something up. You notice my background is just white. I like the simplicity of it, but it contrasts well with black. We got a black box right there, and a lot of products are usually not white. So I've thought about that. Like I've thought about if I did have a white product, should I, one, put a light in the background to illuminate a different color that's maybe a little darker so that the product pops a little bit more? Or should I wear a different color shirt so that whenever I do hold up the product in the video, it has a good contrast up against me? Because I don't have a good. Oh, look, here we go. This red business card doesn't stand out very much against my red shirt, but a black thing does. Like, I'm curious to know. I'm genuinely curious to know, and I want y'all to leave me some comments below, or come on, Mike. Have y'all ever thought about colors this much in your videos or in your thumbnails? Oh, I'm sharing my screen. Where do I see? How do I see the chat while I'm sharing? I don't know if I can. Dag nabbit. Chat. Ah, there we go. Okay. Y'all left a whole bunch of stuff. Hang on, we're gonna have to come back through that. Oh man, so much, so much. No, not really. No. Marie says no. It's Marco, how many Legos I've sold, and I've just have shown a box and talked about the set without assembling. Yep. Lane, what do you say in your Lego videos? Go watch the video and then buy something. Dude, I take it from a parent's perspective. And that like I can literally I don't think it was this video because I've been doing a lot of sets lately, but I talk about a Lego set for 9 minutes. Yeah. There's a lot that I can say just because I think about every little aspect of how things you can do with it, what it's good for, why I like it for my kids. There's so many things that I can say about it. If y'all haven't, like, I do this every now and again. I'll go and I watch what other people are doing or saying in their videos. Like, that's extremely important, especially if you're on a carousel with someone and because you're in competition with them. What are they saying that you're not saying? Or what did you say that they are not saying? And your video might be above theirs. Like, why is yours rising to the top? Why is yours on the top of the carousel? You know? Were you able to explain something a little bit better? Was there certain words that you used, right? Like you should look into that. That's doing your research. Let's see. I'm very careful with which shirt I wear for my videos. The one I'm wearing today is too drastic and won't look good with the products I'm holding up. Yeah, because it's too busy, right? Yeah, exactly, exactly. Plain. Go, don't like if you have something that's it's another reason why my background is just a white wall with a light switch is because I like that it doesn't take away from me showcasing the product. Because these videos are not about me. They're not about my background. Yes, I'm going to have a personal brand that I'm building, which if you guys watched last week or last time, I recommended that book, Primal Branding. If y'all haven't read that, I highly recommend it. Um, I'm going to go to Safe Search real quick. Medical, interesting. See, I'd love to know why it's thinking something's medical. But see, this one seems. I would only on the Safe Search stuff. I would only be worried if the racy was like really unlikely or really strong, or the medical maybe really strong, just because I know Amazon has a thing about that. So, man, I wish I had a brand that had like a predominant logo, because in the object, you notice that sometimes not all the tabs come up here. There's one called object, and if you click on that, it usually, or maybe it's labels, it picks up on logos. I can't remember if it's objects or labels, but like you can upload like an Apple logo or a Nike logo, and it's like that's a Nike logo right there. All right, let me go through. I'm going to scroll back up through some of y'all's chat real quick. Let me know if y'all have any questions in the comments, and I will get to it. Um, yeah, Andrew, I don't have any other issues like some people. That's just one. Seems some of us are plagued with the one of false flag, others a different one. Yeah, everybody has their own issues that you're going to have to deal with, depending on what niche you're in or which like type of product that you're doing. Bore cleaner, lube, scopes, mounts, and more, and never had an issue. Good. Okay. Good. Competitive intelligence. Love it. I think you're talking about like researching your competitors. Yeah. Whenever we were doing the color thing, that's what that was. And that's like something that I just thought of off the top of my head after knowing about that tool, like as we were doing this. So I was very excited to do that. Like whenever you're going to study, if you're going to do a video about a product, if there's other people on the page, look at what they've done and look at their thumbnails and compare what you can do. How can you make what they've done better? Or how can you stand out from them? Yeah, that stuff has always been fine for me too. It's the BB guns, pellet guns, airsoft, even Nerf. Yeah, I've had issues with Nerf as well. But I'm hopefully eventually line out the escalation process and get those fixed. Yeah. Which site is this? It's in, just go to my dadreviews.org/automation, and it's called like Google Cloud Vision or something like that. Um, but super cool. Just scan the QR code or go to the website, dadreviews.org/automation. And I linked it there. Both, but the QR code and the link take you to the same spot. Let's see. Basic support is no help. They will just tell you that they broke the rules. Yep. Yeah, I agree. Basic support is pretty terrible. Mocha brown is this year's color, which I found boring. Yeah. So how can you stand out from a brown? I would think like a yellow, right? Something nice and vibrant. Dirt to the sun, right? Um, no idea this existed. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad I could help you learn a few things. How about using words from the labels as your keywords for your shoppable video to maximize SEO? That's an idea. I'm not going to say that that's like 100%, because I don't know what people are searching for. And that's kind of where I've mentioned, use Chat GPT to put those words in and say, what are the best titles with an SEO keyword that goes along with these, because those particular words may not be the best words, you know? Like, ask it based on these keywords. Give it more context. I'm trying to title a YouTube or Amazon video. I noticed that this product has these words on the packages. What would be some of the best keywords that I can use to have the best SEO in my title? Something like that. That was just coming off the top of the head. Lane, what do you say in your? Okay, I talked about that one. It's remarkable how many Legos have. Yeah, huh? Not really. Okay. Careful about the shirt. We talked about that. I have an Amazon competitor lady who just silently flips through cookbooks. No voiceover. What? That is insane. Like, is she flipping through it like slowly to where you can read the recipes? No, she's like doing this. Wow. That is mind blowing. Wow. See, I wouldn't do something like that just because I don't think that that's very helpful for the consumer. And it just lets me know that I can probably outperform them. It's just a matter of putting up a better video. But two, whenever it runs through my automations, like if I'm pulling the SRT file for it, it's not going to pick up good words. So I can't utilize that in titles and descriptions and text and blog posts, all that type of stuff. I think my videos are often too long on Amazon. I try to condense, but I want to give all the info. I try to watch the other videos as often as I can. I hit everything they miss, which is usually a lot. Michelle, I think that's smart, honestly. Like, in my case too, is that I'm putting my videos on YouTube as well. And I know that YouTube favors longer videos. So I think covering it as best as you can in the most entertaining and valuable way is the way that you kind of hit both systems, both Amazon and YouTube, with the same video. I mean, the other option is to create a long video for YouTube and then chop it up into something that's more digestible for Amazon. That's another tactic or idea that you could do if you wanted something shorter. I usually have a kitchen or bookshelf backdrop because that's part of my niche branding. And that is extremely smart, especially if you're doing cooking or kitchen style of videos. Think about what's behind you for the product that you're doing the video for. If I'm doing a video for a computer mouse, I might want to make it look more like an office, right? If I'm doing a video for a blender, you might want to consider shooting that in a kitchen because all these AIs can see what's behind you, right? Right? I see Carrie. Yep. It makes sense. Or if you don't want it to notice any of that stuff, do like what I have and do a blank wall. But I think that's one of my catch 22s is that I want to have a simple minimalist design with just the blank wall. But I also want the viewer to feel like comforted that it's actually like in the place where it would actually be used. And so that's kind of where I struggle. And that's why sometimes I do go inside the house and I'll shoot a video, like a second video of like, sheets on a bed or something like that, or a blender being used in a kitchen, because I wanted to have those, not only like for the AI to have those, it be able to pick up on all the other kitchen-esque things, but I also want it for the human to be able to have those kitchen feels, like they can see them in their kitchen with this product. Does that make sense? Like it's a psychological thing going on there. So yeah, if you can change your backgrounds for your particular products, I think that that's a smart idea. Will it be recorded? Stas, yes, I believe this is recorded. I'm trying to get to where you are to see this information. Oh, did you get it, Latoya? Are you seeing the this Google Cloud
I am, but
okay, good, good.
the photos that I'm putting in there, it's not giving me like the text to see those keywords. When
So
I
is there text on the on the picture?
like on the product or
On the pic, like you have to upload a picture. On that picture, is there text on the image?
yeah,
Okay, then it's just not picking up on it very
just
well.
not picking up, yeah, which is
So
interesting.
that makes me wonder, like, uh, do you need to make that text bigger? Whether it's, using Photoshop to like literally make the font bigger, or in my case, it might be like holding the product up closer to the camera so it can actually read it, right?
Because I put another picture in and it gave me something totally opposite of what it is. It's talking
Ah,
about skincare and it's actually a game, like a
what
engineering thing. So
what does it think it is?
skincare.
Skincare.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I'm like, what? No, totally
Oh
opposite.
wow.
Yeah.
But see that proves my point though of having a machine understand what you're uploading and having a human understand what you're uploading.
Exactly.
Because
Yep.
then there's going to be a disconnect there. You probably need to upload something else for that
Hmm.
thumbnail.
Exactly. Yep. Agreed.
And it's just a matter of understanding
Hmm.
or trying to understand
What it is.
why the machine is seeing that as something that it's not.
Right. Exactly.
Uh Stas, I don't know how to do the hand raise thing, so just unmute yourself and talk.
Sure, sure. I just want to add, hey everyone, hey Lane.
Hey,
I
how's it
just want
going?
to add over here. I unfortunately joined late, and whatever you're speaking, you are very person who provide a lot of good value, and it will be amazing to see in a record if it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Regarding what I would like to mention over here, regarding what machine C, you want to adjust in a frame that machine see what you're really showing. It's the first to utilize this tool to know like that whatever you show and whatever the machine see, so it is the same thing. So whatever you are trying to move the product on to Amazon, so you will understand that is you done the best optimization. And the most important metric, second metric is important to make that product you're promoting, it will be about 60%. So this is the threshold. 60%, it is something that will SEO uh, keen to go and start to work with your content and first before any other else that is in the line. So this is the most important part to understand if the machine see what you show and 60% of ratio on a picture of the product itself.
So
Thank you.
you're saying that it needs to have a 60% correctness score, if you will, for it to be able to consider it correct?
No, I'm talking about the 60% of visibility on the page of the product itself.
Gotcha. Okay.
Thank
Gotcha.
you.
Cool. Thank you for that. So I was just curious. Here's another one. This is just some clothing, pants, and a person. So it's obviously detecting probably my hands, maybe my torso in the back there. Labels, sleeveless shirt, linens, patterns. So it's connecting a few things there. It definitely got the clothing thing. Text. So this is funny. I did a label printer as a video, and I just printed out the word follow on there. It's kind of like just a little fun thing to do. And I decided to post it right here on this little panel, and it's pulling up that follow text. That's amazing. I don't know what this is. Comini though. Something on the packaging here from where I took it out. So it's interesting that even though the packaging is just sitting here, it may not be 100% correct, but it's pulling out something from there, even though it's super small and far away. So what I know we're getting over time here, but that should make you think, if it's using this for any form of SEO, would it be a good idea if you have like a pretend this is a box. If you just have the box up on a table in the background while you're presenting for the product, so that it picks up on the text that's going on this thing.
100% Lane, 100%.
Yep.
This is what we are as a seller doing. So we
Ah.
go first to give the most strong selling points that compared to all our competitors in the same keyword research that you're typing, I don't know, like scissors. So, and you have a lot of scissors over there. So, what do you do as a stand out as a seller? You take in the package, even if it's imaginary package that does not exist when you receive the product, but you take in the package and you type in with there like the line bold, like orange color or whatever, and you type in over there the keyword itself, not the brand name, the keyword that you want. First of all, it's going to have highest CTR, click-through rate, like is increasing. When somebody's searching, it's probably will click on my first because he's solving his problem. And the second, my ranking through the SEO going faster because I'm exactly showing to SEO what keyword I want to rank. You're
And
absolutely right.
what you're saying here is very interesting, to know that the sellers are thinking about keywords and SEO just even in their packaging, because they're basically giving you what you need to put into your videos.
Listen, you have right now a browser open. Go to Amazon a second.
Uh-huh. Hang on, let me I gotta move this.
Just go like any browser type seat cushion.
What's that? Seat cushion?
Uh-huh. This is
Okay.
the example that I want to show you. There we go. There we go. It is
Anyone?
not something, it is not something, it is come with the product. But they are mentioned, grab the attention, everyone doing something else. This is the same brand, but if you're gonna scroll down, you will see over here, you see? So Amazon not allowed just put some badge. It must to be on a product or something that's related to the product. But this is what we as a seller doing right now. You see many of them. Doctor recommended or whatever. If you scroll down, you can see other brands doing like, it is take you like on a product itself. They writing some kind of keyword, and you see on many of them. You see, this is one wrote something. I don't know what it's saying. Hard for me, but better to do big. That is in a small size. You can see it. It is good for CTR and it's good for the SEO. That is recognize what you are promoting. You see. It's
Yep.
bucks. You cannot put it like there you go. It is not really something that you receive with the product, but this is how
Right.
we manipulate CTR and the SEO. So the simple example.
So yeah, if you think about this, I see what you're saying. The sellers are uploading all these images right here because, and they all have text on them, right? Like all these images are going to be sent to Amazon's machines, and it's going to see, oh, 100% high density memory foam. Like
Yeah,
it's
we
reading
have
all
we have a term for it. It's called we call it infographic. So, and
infographic.
you're working as a seller, those type we have two type of picture. One of the main picture, we're doing split test. We're writing, doing different sizes, we doing it different colors, and we compare one picture to another. That Amazon allowed us to do that in tool. And after then, all the rest picture that we are doing, it is more explanation with a picture. And if you're gonna look at the bullet points, each picture and bullet point is relevant. It's saying the same story. This is what we're
Ah,
doing.
yeah. Yep. Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. I
So it
see.
is absolutely. It's called infographic.
Yeah. So what you're doing here too is you're just, as I mentioned earlier with the video, they have our speech, they have our title, they have the keywords that it's pulling from the video and the thumbnail. I mean, what you're doing here is you're giving them a description here, the about this item. You're putting it in pictures right here. And then hopefully, you know, with the title of the product, like all these things need to align well so that those keywords kind of come to the forefront. That's so smart. So, ooh, this one's racy. So, whenever it comes to thumbnails and your videos, you need to consider what's in them, what's being said, especially on YouTube, because YouTube has such a robust system. And then with their implementation of this whole auto dubbing thing on YouTube, like think about all of the keywords and sentence structures that it's going to build from all these foreign languages to be able to serve your video to all these other foreign countries. And then again, with your Genius link in there, that's going to be able to send that particular viewer to the country where they're actually going to shop from. And so Genius Link, by the way, is one of the things on the website. If you scan the QR code or just go to the dadreviews.org/automation. And I've been using Genius Link, like I said, for years. Gosh, well, almost a decade now. That's crazy to think about. I think I started with them in 2018 or 2017. And like I said, from the get-go, I started making money with them because I was seeing sales come in from other countries. All right, let me finish going through some of y'all's chat too. Thank you, Lane. You're welcome. I have your site in my bookmarks. Oh, thank you. That's a great idea. Everybody else put it in the bookmarks. I do the same thing, flipping through, and it converts, but I talk about the book quickly. I think that that's smart. Not only from a human perspective of like, I think other humans need to talk to other humans to really get the ideas across, but also you're adding more keywords and more emphasis to what the video is about just because you are speaking. And so I think that actually talking in the videos is a strong point. I'm guessing the AI can't tell that this is a fabric backdrop behind me unless it recognizes the backdrop product I bought. That's a really great question. And putting it through something like this might be a good test of it to see if, you know, one of the labels or the objects comes up as fabrics or linens. I don't know. I'd be, you know, all those Zoom backdrops and whatnot. I'd be curious to know how it picks up on all those as well. So, all right, let me go back here. I'm trying to figure out how to stop sharing my screen. I can't find the button. It's usually on the bottom. Oh well. Any other questions? Anything? We were definitely over time. I don't want to keep y'all any longer than it is. Obviously, the Logie session is going to be starting in 50 minutes or so. So, you know, if y'all need to get something to eat or whatever from then, between now and then, I usually go and shoot a video or two because I'm always shooting something. So hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully it was enlightening. Hopefully it gives you some ideas on how you're welcome. You're welcome, Amy. Hopefully it helps y'all think about different ways in which machines process words for SEO. That's kind of what I wanted to drive home, because I think that not a lot of people understand how these algorithms work, and not a lot of people understand how much information you're actually giving to those machines just by uploading a video or a picture or even just an audio file of you talking. this was just one last thing, just to give you guys an idea of something that I've personally have been doing. I've been doing a lot of like genealogical type of stuff. And so my aunt came over with a whole box full of old pictures. And I said, do you mind if I record the audio of what we talk about while we go through these pictures so that I can utilize it and remember it and whatnot? So I took that, I put it into a transcription service. I got the entire text of what we talked about. I threw that into ChatGPT and I said, based on what we said in this conversation, what genealogical information can you pull out of these pictures? And it like gave me an entire, there was one or two things that weren't correct, which, I had the conversation with her, so I knew what I could get from it and I knew what was right and what was wrong. But to be able to have it laid out in such a easy to read and complete outline format was incredible. So just all the thing, like, then my point with that was everything, like even just the audio files that you give to the machines, like they understand that, they know what it means, they can easily process that to be able to get even more data from your content. And I consider content to be every single little thing that's embedded into the video. The video, the picture of the video, the text that's in the video, the logos in the video, the speech in the video, the thumbnail you upload to that video, the description you give to that video, the links that are associated with that video, the tags, if you want to throw some extra tags into there, the location of where the video was shot, the time and date that the video was shot. If you guys don't know this, all of that data is stored within the metadata of your videos and of your pictures. If you, how can I don't know how a good way to show this. In my automations, there's a tool that I use called Zapier or Zapier, however you say it. But whenever you set up Google Drive as a trigger, to where whenever it like sees a new photo come into your Google Drive, it gives you every single piece of information that you can utilize in your automations just from that trigger. So whenever I say like the location data is in there, it's literally pulling out the coordinates of where that picture was taken, the time, the date, the year, the time zones that you were in. So like I did travel stuff every now and again. And so I would set up an automation to where whenever I uploaded a video, I said, okay, create a social media caption for this picture based on your analysis of this photo, but also keep in mind, it was taken on this day, insert date. It was taken at this time, insert time. It was taken at this location. Here are the coordinates. Create a social media post using all of that data. And it'll come back, hey, adventurers, it was a throwback to January 1st of 2004. Lane and family are out and about again, traveling to Colorado where it's snowing, because it analyzed the picture. It saw that it was snowing in the picture, right? Like it's picking up on all that data, and that's data that you can use in your content, right? You upload a video on March 24, whatever, March 7th, 2025, you have a blog post that's going to go out, hey, this review was given on March, whatever, 2025. This is Dad Review's take on it, and then you can go into an automation about how you want to create the content for that, using titles, using the links that are associated with the content, if you've connected them together in a spreadsheet, all the data that you can get. Just pull it all into a database so that you can go to ChatGPT or any AI, Grok, Perplexity, Claude. Hey, here's all the data I have about this video. Write a blog post. Write a description for YouTube. Write a tweet. Write it's not called tweets anymore with X, but write a 140 character post. Write a 55 character title. 60 character title, whatever it is. Like think about it this way. We're really going over time. You've done the work of creating the video, let the machines go to work for you to do all the other stuff. Because just a bunch of ones and zeros. Once you realize, like, once you've imported it once into something, it's just a bunch of ones and zeros. How can you manipulate those ones and zeros to be able to get an output that you're satisfied with that you can use? That's kind of what Ehud was showing us last week at the Logie session. Whenever, I don't know if y'all are here, but it was like he used me as an example. Dad reviews, it's almost like a blurb of what I could say about this particular product. It was pretty cool because I could. If he's emailing that to me, I can tell my automations, hey, automations, look for this email address, pull that email, grab all the text out of that email, put that into my database, add that to this blog post, add that to this tweet, add this to this Facebook post, you know, manipulate these words to create this other thing, right? Like take what he's doing and mesh it with everything else, or just utilize what he's doing. Like Ehud is creating so, and I know that he is into like automations and getting all this data and whatnot. I can see it in him. And it's amazing the type of stuff that he pulls out. Utilize it. So I'll be emailing this super unique brief for each creator that is matched with a Logie product soon. It'll be sent out automatically when the product is being shipped. What is he giving you there? Think about this. What is he giving you there? Put it in chat. What is he giving you there? He's giving you some kind of brief about what you can say. You could, if you agree with it, you could throw it into an AI and have it create a whole bunch of text posts for you. They're sending you the product, and every time they send you a product, they give you a link that goes to that product. So you now have the link to that product with the ASIN in there. You can throw that into ChatGPT along with what he's sending and get an even more complex data point. You can create a genius link using their API so that you can now put that link into the text posts that you're putting out so that you can capitalize on all of the foreign storefronts and you get the deep linking. Like just in those 2 emails that he's sending out, what can you create from that? What I just got out of it, I can create a Facebook post. I can create a X post. I can create an Instagram post if I want to utilize the picture. I think there's actually, well, you're getting the link for the product, so there's definitely product images on that. You just have to know how to extract the image based on the ASIN. There's so much that is in just that little bit of data. How can you take that and expand on it? That's how you create content at scale. Once you realize it's all just ones and zeros. That's my biggest point. All the cookbooks that Carrie has, you flip to a page, take a picture of one recipe, put it into ChatGPT. Send out you got a post right there, right? Don't send out the post. Don't send out the copyright because that's all copywritten, right? No, you send that to AI. You send that to ChatGPT. Write me a blog post for someone who's interested in creating a recipe about blank. And then you input the post, input the picture. That picture is going to read the title of the recipe. It's going to read all the crap that's in the recipe. Cater this recipe, or who asked AI, what type of person would be interested in the ingredients that are included in this recipe? Is it gluten-free? Is it soy-free? Is it dairy-free? Is it vegan? Is it carnivore? Whatever it is. Have it pull that data out for you. All you're doing is manipulating the data to get more data, right? Based on the ingredients that it's in this recipe, this would be a 78% likelihood of being a carnivore recipe. For all you carnivores out there, here's a book for you, right? Like I'm building this out in my brain just from knowing what Carrie does right there. And it's as simple as taking a picture of a page in a book. You're using that as your data point too, as your trigger. You're not using that as a post to put onto social media. Now, if you have created a picture of that recipe that you've already created, like if you've taken a picture of you actually cooking that, if you have a database that can connect that picture with that recipe, then you just created an image post connected to this recipe, connected to all that data. Then you take this image over here, the one that is of the thing that you cooked, and you run that through AI. You say, all you have to say, by the way, all you have to say for that is analyze this photo. Go to ChatGPT, input any photo, and just say, analyze this photo. And just watch in amazement at what it comes back with. I have these stacks of pictures that I've been doing for, my genealogical family album type of thing. Look, this is me in like 4th, 5th, 6th grade, something like that. If I upload this to ChatGPT and I say, analyze this photo, it's going to say, oh, this looks like a school picture, probably from the 80s to the 90s, based on the film quality, the fact that it's in color, the type of paper that it is printed on, because it can see that it's a glossy paper. It can see that this edge is not cut at a straight angle. So it was probably a school photo, a wallet size, that was cut to be handed out to other people. Just from saying, ChatGPT, analyze this photo. Now, what you have there, is full context of what this photo is about. Hey, ChatGPT, write me a tweet about this photo. Hey, ChatGPT, write me a blog post about this photo. Hey, ChatGPT, write a whatever about this photo. In fact, I wanted to do a test one day. Now we're just chatting. I don't think I have the photo on me. It was a photo of me from like 1982. I was a toddler, like 1 year old. And I had these blocks that I was putting into, like a wooden block that I was putting into my mouth. The bucket was right on the side of me and it said play school on it. And I said, oh, this is interesting. We have a piece of content, right? It's not just a photo, it's a piece of content. And I ran it through ChatGPT, analyze this photo. Oh, here's a cute toddler with playing with some blocks. I see that it play school on the side. Oh, interesting. It picked up on that. Okay. What are some relevant keywords that a blog reader would be interested? What are some keywords for a blog post that would attract an audience of people looking to buy something? That's all. I didn't say anything about blocks or anything like that. It gives me keywords: vintage blocks, vintage Christmas blocks, play school blocks, vintage play school blocks, all these type of things, wooden blocks, vintage wooden blocks, right? Hey, ChatGPT, write a blog post based on these keywords geared towards somebody interested or in buying something, or has a buying mindset. I don't remember what the blog post was. It's saved somewhere in my ChatGPT, but it came out with, are you looking for some vintage blocks for a toddler who really loves stacking? Not only are these good as just having a block here for the kid to play with, but it also helps with those fine motor skills that children need to learn about how to build with things. You can also see the different colors in the blocks and how these blocks you can use as an educational aspect to learn colors so you have good child-parent play and bonding. Like, whenever I saw that, just from the picture, keep in mind, this is just from the image. I extracted data from it and ran it through another prompt. And it extracted more data from me. And then I said, write a blog post about this. And then I got that. What do I have here? I saved that all into a database. And then I can now go into an automation to create a WordPress post because that picture is now the featured image of the WordPress blog post. And then I have all these talking points bulleted out for me just from an image that I upload. So your trigger for your automation could be, I upload a video to Google Drive. Google Drive sees that in this particular folder for old pictures, family pictures, whatever. So now you have a category for that that content. So whenever it comes time to upload to WordPress, you can pull all the way back from Google Drive. Oh, he put it in that folder, the family photos folder. Let's utilize that whenever we go to upload to WordPress as our category for the WordPress post. That way everything is nice and categorized for you and organized on your website. So your trigger is uploading to Google Drive. Then you run it through a few OpenAI prompts to be able to get the data that you, that's the part that's hardest. You got to like fool around. You got to search the internet, find the prompts that work, find the ones that are good, find the ones that sound like humans, have it to where it builds like bullet points. If you can, like graphs or something like that, usually works really well. Having the featured image obviously is going to be good. So it's just a matter of fine tuning it with a whole bunch of prompts. Like if y'all were to see, look, wait, I'm still sharing my screen. I'm gonna share with you guys my N8N workflow for my YouTube videos. So this is a video goes to Amazon. I upload my video, my spreadsheet from Fluencer Fruit to Airtables. Airtables sees that, and 4 times a day, it goes through this workflow right here. Let me see if I can, there we go. So each one of these is its own separate prompt. There we go. To utilize or to get data. Let me say it that way. So based on my video, we're defining the target audience. We're going to output who that audience is. We're going to define an angle for that audience. We're going to output that angle. We're going to find the keyword list and output some keyword phrases. What's the main keyword phrase there? What's the emotions and power phrases that I can utilize in this workflow? Output those. Now let's build some titles based on who the audience is, these keyword phrases, and what their emotional attachments are to them. We're going to generate 6 titles in the first title generation 01. We're going to output those. Title generation 02, 6 more, output those. Title generation 3, output those. Title generation final. Take all of these titles and rate them from 1 to 10. Which one's the best? That's our final title there. Now let's go back to those, get those main search phrases mixed with this title that we just chose, and let's write a description from there. Let's refine that description to make sure it sounds good. From there, we're going to create some chapters. We'll output the video, and then we're going to save that all to my Airtable. And so now I've just created how many data points right there just from one simple video. I created a title. In fact, I created 6 titles, if we want to be real about it. I created a description. I got a plethora of keywords. I know who my audience is. I have their what emotions are they're being invoked by these people. Like I'm pulling all this out, and I've already given it the video, the thumbnail, the original title on Amazon, the link to the Amazon product. Like I'll see how I'm gathering data. That's all I'm doing. And I'm putting it all into a spreadsheet. And then I pick out the points that I like or that I need, and I'll pop that into some AI services. All right, I think I'm done. That's it. Lane, leave something for upcoming session. Just spilling all the beans. Just saw that. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. Hardcore data. And honestly, Ehud, I think you understand kind of where I'm coming from. You're getting all these data points from Amazon so that you can build these databases of sales and products for us. So thank y'all. Thanks for coming. Come to the Logie section in 26 minutes. This was supposed to end 50 minutes ago. That's right. Logie.ai/events. The links in the email don't work. So definitely go there if y'all planning on coming back in 26 minutes. I'll be there, and hopefully I won't talk as much so we don't go over time. Bye, y'all. I don't know how to... Emma, I think, turns it off or whatever. I'll just see if